In recent years, there has been no shortage of scandals involving members of the royal family. The British monarchy seems incapable of staying out of the public eye for more than a few weeks without some unusual event. It should not come as a surprise that the departure of Meghan and Harry has resulted in the largest wave of wrath directed at this family. So, what led Harry and Meghan to leave the royal family? We have the full story. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The couple announced their desire to relinquish their monarchical duties and establish complete financial autonomy at the beginning of 2020. The fact that they were both senior royals made taking this step particularly precarious, but the two were unwavering in their commitment to their goal. It was no longer possible to carry on as normal in the face of the persistent scrutiny that had followed them after their wedding. They desired nothing more than to be given space to raise their child in a normal neighborhood without interference. But where did all of this start? Of course, not all future queens are brought up in luxury throughout their childhoods. Meghan Markle did not grow up in an affluent atmosphere, even though she is now married to a member of the royal family. The Duchess of Sussex is a well-known public personality. But before she became an actress with a worldwide reputation, Meghan was just like the rest of us. After dating for only 2 years, Meghan and Harry tied the knot, and she soon shifted from Hollywood to the palace in London. After an extended period of time spent as a bachelor, Harry found himself in a position where he could finally begin a family. As for Meghan, she will be able to put the disappointment of her previous marriage behind her and enjoy the perks of being a part of the royal family. You would think life for the Duchess would be easy after this, but it wasn't. Meghan had no idea what would happen to her in the future after being married to the prince. Because she was born and raised in the United States, her sole exposure to the British royal family was through American media. However, as she rapidly realized, that was only the tip of the iceberg when it came to the inner workings of the monarchy. As a result of her new position in the royal family, at the time, Meghan has been thrust into the spotlight and has been the center of attention from the media. Before Harry, she had never really been much of a focus of the tabloids. The public was not particularly interested in her personal life, even though she became famous due to her main role in the show, Suits. Everything shifted, however, when she began a relationship with one of the most famous royals in the world. Suddenly, everyone took notice of her. People held various opinions towards the Duchess and did not shy away from expressing them directly and forthrightly. Although some backed Meghan, it was tough to recognize the positive amidst all the criticism being leveled at her. No matter how hard she tried, it never seemed to be enough to please some people. Before ultimately giving up, Meghan was pushed to the point of insanity. Despite this, the entire world was taken aback in January 2020 when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced they would leave their positions in the royal family. They announced on Instagram that they wanted to stand down from the responsibilities that came with being senior royals. It was now necessary for them to take a permanent break from the monarchy, to enjoy some small piece of a tranquil environment, and raise their family without scrutiny at every turn. There are hardly many members of the royal family that decide to step down. However, the monarchy is unlike typical employment in which one may just resign whenever they choose. Even though Harry and Meghan were aware of this fact when they decided, they nevertheless went forward with it. Meghan and Harry have consciously decided to abstain from performing traditional royal duties for several compelling reasons. Since the couple shared a strong yearning to impact the world positively, one of their primary objectives was to increase the amount of time they spent volunteering. One of the primary drivers behind their decision was an attempt to avoid the press. Since the public discovered that the two were romantically involved, the media has been unrelenting in their criticism of their relationship. They have been dragged through the mud so many times that it is a wonder they can still hold their head high. There has never been a time when particular outlets didn't find anything negative to say about them after receiving positive coverage. Naturally, Many supported the couple and asserted that they behaved acceptably. Others did not share this enthusiasm, and several even acknowledged feeling anxious about what may occur in the future. They were concerned that despite Meghan and Harry's wish to live as regular people, they would continue to get preferential treatment due to their royal heritage. A large number of people have voiced their disgust at the actions of the couple. They believed it was rude to make the news public without first discussing it with the royal family. Because they were not given adequate advanced warning, the office of the Queen was compelled to release a statement in which it was said that conversations were still taking place and that nothing had been verified. This approach certainly helped the couple get the outcome they wanted from the royals. However, it might not have given them the freedom they'd been hoping for from the media. No matter how the news broke, it was always going to be controversial. Posting it on Instagram without informing the royals stoked the fire. It left members of the public wondering if a break from the media was really what the couple wanted. This move made the couple headline news, and they were the center of attention for weeks afterward. Was this their intention all along? Considering the treatment they've received from the press over the years, we'd guess not. Of course, it hasn't just been reservations about her past that have upset the media. Everything Meghan does seems to attract controversy, and the Duchess doesn't feel that's fair. She believes many people haven't given her a chance simply because they don't want to. It's no wonder some of her close friends told her not to marry Harry a few years ago. Considering her background, Meghan was never going to be the perfect royal when she joined the monarchy. She hadn't grown up around all those rules and regulations, so she only understood how to act. The more time she spent around Harry and her in-laws, the more stuff she picked up. However, she wasn't doing this at a fast enough pace in a lot of people's eyes. People accused her of sticking out for the wrong reasons, and they criticized her for going against the grain. They suggested she was tarnishing royal traditions, like when she made Archie's birth a private affair. Her desire to forego the publicity caused some upset among the public. They believed she was intentionally breaking the rules. Meghan wasn't even 2 years into being a royal before deciding that she'd had enough. Considering that many people dream of marrying into the family, you'd think she could have lasted a bit longer. Of course, it's easy to say that when you haven't been targeted by the press as much as Meghan has. Although everyone in the monarchy comes under scrutiny, the Duchess was watched more closely than everyone else. Perhaps it's because she allegedly expected royal life to be more glamorous than it actually was. According to a royal commentator, she thought she could continue acting like a celebrity when she was actually more of a civil servant with a tiara. Now, there is no question that Harry and Meghan are thrilled about the opportunities that lie ahead for them. However, it is difficult to determine at this point whether or not they have made the appropriate decision. They may at long last obtain the peace from the media for which they have been patiently waiting for several months. On the other hand, they could find it difficult to function without the royals and discover that the press is much more intrusive than before. The concern is that they won't have some place to go if things turn out to be more difficult for them than anticipated. They cannot just reverse their decision in a matter of weeks or months to rejoin the royal family. They have, at this point, laid a trap for themselves, and they must now inevitably play it all out. Aside from that, we're not sure whether the people would even accept them back if they decide to go back at this point. Anyway, what do you think of the couple's decision to leave the royal family? Was it worth it? Well, it's just a matter of time before the truth is revealed on whether they're really enjoying life after the royals. Meanwhile, leave a like and subscribe, guys.